This Armenian gave Islam Makhachev the toughest fight of his career, and it was only his UFC debut. Islam Makhachev, born in Makhachev'S and raised in the mountain village of Burshi, was a childhood training partner of Khabib Nurmagomedov. They grew up under the same punishing discipline of Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, a coach who forged warriors in cold gyms with colder philosophies. By 2019, Islam was already 16-1, with suffocating top control, beautiful hip tosses, and a sambo pedigree that made even seasoned black belts look like amateurs. His game was systematic domination. Once he got on top, the round was essentially over. Arman Tsarukyan, on the other hand, came from a different fire. Born in Georgia to Armenian parents, raised in Russia, before his UFC debut, he held a 13-1 record and was finishing people with body shots and aggressive scrambles. He looked like a human rubber band in the gym, strong, fast, but also technically fluid. From the opening bell, this wasn't a typical prospect versus contender mismatch. It was a war of technique, will, and relentless pressure. Makhachev, the grappling genius with Olympic-level hips, quickly realized he wasn't dealing with a deer in headlights. He was facing another predator. Tsarukyan mirrored him in the wrestling exchanges, stuffing shots, exploding back to his feet, and even scoring takedowns of his own. One takedown from Arman left commentators in disbelief. Islam Makhachev had just been taken down for the first time in his UFC career. By the middle of round one, Islam landed a picture-perfect foot sweep that had analysts raving. A move so clean it looked like it belonged in the Kodokan Hall of Fame. But seconds later, Arman returned fire with a slick single leg, transitioned into a mat return, and began chaining together scrambles. It was a mirror match, something Islam had never encountered. This wasn't just wrestling, it was MMA grappling at its highest level. Wall walks, wrist rides, cage control, and positional resets happening at lightning speed. Islam had to chain wrestle defensively, a rare sight for the usually dominant Dagestani. Tsarukyan even threatened with back takes, showing he wasn't just surviving, he was hunting. And between all this grappling, there were flurries of sharp strikes. Arman landed fast hands and short elbows in the clinch. Islam returned with knees and body kicks. By round three, both men were drenched in sweat and respect. Tsarukyan's gas tank held up remarkably well for a short-notice debutant, while Islam stayed ice-cold and composed. Every time someone gained an edge, the other countered. It was mental chess in a tornado. Makhachev won the bout by unanimous decision.